welcome to Meals by Melissa Marie. Let's get cooking.
Here's all the ingredients you'll need. We've got all-purpose flour, salt, cinnamon, almond extract, vanilla extract, melted butter, water, 2% milk, fat-free Greek yogurt, sugar, and 2 eggs.
Alright, so here's what we do to start.
First of all, you're going to crack 2 eggs into your bowl. Today I'm using a stand mixer, but you could also use just a regular bowl with a whisk, or you could even make this in your blender or food processor. And then we are going to add the milk. Half a cup of milk, half a cup of water, a quarter of a cup of fat-free Greek yogurt. This just adds a really nice texture to the crepes that I really love. And we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt right here. And the vanilla extract and almond extract. So half a teaspoon of each. This just adds a really nice flavor. If you have vanilla bean extract, you could definitely use that too. That'd be really nice. All right, there we go. And I always use cinnamon powder. You could skip this if you want to, but it adds such a nice flavor. And you're gonna add just about a quarter of a teaspoon of that. Here we go. So we're just gonna stir that together till it's nice and incorporated and combined. Now I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of sugar. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of flour very slowly, just so it all starts to incorporate. And again, if you're doing this in a regular bowl, you just use your whisk and whisk it up. I'm going to turn the speed up a little bit. There we go. And now I'm slowly going to start adding the butter. And that butter will give them a really nice creamy texture. In the meantime, I'm going to get my pan on the stove and get that heated up. So we're just about done here. I think I'm going to scrape the sides down on my bowl and start making crepes. Okay, so I just made my batter and I actually transferred it from my mixing bowl into a Pyrex bowl here, and I'm going to let that sit for 30 minutes. So in the meantime, I want to show you how to make the most delicious sweet cream cheese filling for your crepes. It is so good. You're probably going to want to sit there with a spoon and just eat the whole bowl. It's really, really nice. So what you're going to do, it's very simple. You're going to take a block of cream cheese, and I like to cut it up into quarters, and just pop that in your bowl. And you're going to add half a cup of sugar. Pop that guy in there. And for a little extra flavor, you're going to add a quarter of a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm just kind of eyeballing that one. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's with these large 250 milliliter bottles, that's about half a cupful. And then you're going to squeeze half a fresh lemon. And I'm going to, whoop, hey, that's juicy. I'm going to squeeze it upwards so that none of the seeds fall out, although this lemon doesn't seem to have any seeds in it. And this is going to be so tasty. And you know what? You don't even have to just put this on crepes. You can use this as a spread for bagels or toast. Anything, really. And you could put cocoa powder in here if you want it to be like a lemon chocolate. That would be so nice too. All right. That is looking good. Okay, so next step is we're going to take it over to the mixer and blend this until it's nice and light and frothy and looks very creamy. Okay? that's been blending for about 3 to 5 minutes. And we're going to take it out and give this a little taste test. I've been waiting. This part. Yummy. So you see how it's really nice and it kind of looks very creamy. Just wait until you taste that. It is so nice. Oh, it's really, really good. You are going to like that. Yummy. It's a little lemony, tiny bit of cinnamon, really brings out the flavor. It's like an easy, no-bake cheesecake for whatever you want to put it on top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer that to a bowl for us to use for our crepes when we put them all together. All right, so now we're ready to make our crepes. So I've got my pan heated up to about medium heat. It's nice and hot, and you want to make sure it is really warm before you start. I'm going to add just a touch of canola oil, and I like to add a little spray of coconut oil just to provide a little extra flavor, and then your crepes won't stick. So my ladle here is about a 1/4 cup. So if you don't have a ladle that's measured to 1/4 cup, just use your measuring cup and pour it in. And then you're going to gently, you see it's sizzling, then you know your pan's hot. Rotate the crepe nice and slowly around the outside of the pan. Might take a couple turns. Try to fill in all the nooks and crannies. And then let it cook. So this is going to sit here for about a minute or so. Just be patient. I tend to like my crepes a little bit crispy and nice and brown. So we're just going to let that cook for about a minute or so, and you'll notice the top starts to become dry and the edges get a little bit brown. That's when you know it's time to flip it. All right, so can you see how there's a tiny bit of browning around the edges? What I like to do is I like to shake my pan, and if it's coming loose, I know it's just about time. So I like to do flip like that, and then I like to give it a little shake like that, just to make sure because the center kind of tends to bubble a little bit. Just like that. Now, if you have a crepe maker, you can use a crepe maker, but this makes me think about my grandmother and how she would make crepes in her cast iron pan, so I'm going to do it the old school way here. That is looking nice. So I can see it's kind of sizzling there. And we're going to flip it onto our plate. There we go. First crepe is done. All right, so let's add a little bit more canola oil, tiny spray of coconut, and away we go. That pan is nice and hot. She's steaming. There we go. Rotate very slowly. If you go too fast, your crepe might get weird on you. Now this is looking ready to flip. So if you don't want to try the flipping method with your pan, just get a regular old spatula and loosen it from the sides very gently and just flip it like a regular pancake. There you go. That's looking good. I like mine that dark. If you don't want them that dark, then just don't cook them so long, okay? All right, so I made all my crepes. They've cooled slightly, and now I'm going to take my crepe and put it on my plate. I like to put the crunchy side down. And here is our delicious cream cheese filling. It is totally up to you how much you want to use. I'm going to go with this amount. This essentially becomes the most delicious thing you've probably ever eaten. All right, so here we go. And now we're just going to roll it up. So I like to kind of do that and then roll it back a little bit. Roll it up. Put a little powdered sugar on it if you want. Put a little dollop of that on the top. A few blueberries on the side. And there you have it. The most delicious crepe ever. Let's bite into this. Look at that. I'm going to sneak a blueberry in there. That is so delicious. Yummy! If you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up, push the subscribe button, and come back for some more videos. Bye!